Hello, my name is Acharya, and this is Do You Know the Secret to Weight Loss? This is my perspective on how I lost weight by changing my eating habits. Now let's begin. But first, before I can say, what methods have you tried to decrease your weight and waistline? What comes to mind when you think about healthy eating and weight management and managing your waistline? Because there's other factors, but let's first start with the diet. What goes into a healthy diet? A healthy diet consists of fruits, vegetables, dairy, and grain with fruits and veggies attached. But make half of your fruits should be whole. Yes, half of your fruits should be whole and make the other variety of vegetables colorful. Yes, fruits and vegetables should be one half of the plate, and the rest should be grains and protein. And then when it comes to grain, make half of your grains whole. And with protein, please vary your protein sources for other additional benefits. And when it comes to dairy, consume fat-free or low-fat dairy products or their soy equivalences or other fortified dairy-related products. Before we can talk about the dairy and the other food groups, let's first talk about our hunger cues. What are the hunger and fullness scale tell us about our eating habits? They explain about how we feel and how hungry or full we are. 1 is extremely hungry, 10 is extremely full, 5 is neither hungry nor full, 3 is safely hungry, and 7 is safely full. Our situation and environment distract us from understanding our bodily cues for hunger and fullness. And here is the hunger scale, what I just mentioned. It's best to be in a 3 or a 7 when it comes to hungry and fullness. After you go above 7, you start to feel different signs and symptoms. And then below a 3, similar but with for hunger. 2 being very hungry and irritably and tired, and starving, feeling dizzy and weak. This is related to also not getting enough food or not getting enough nutrients. And let's go into the different food groups. Let's start with the fruits. With the fruits, you get apples, and as you can read, 1 small apple or a half large apple counts as 1 cup of fruit. And then 1 cup of sliced or chopped fresh apples also counts. And here, 2/3 cup of baked and one half, 1/2 cup of dried apple also counts. For bananas, it's 1 large banana, 1 cup of sliced banana, and 2/3 cup of mashed bananas. And blueberries, similar, 1 cup of fresh or frozen, a 1/3 cup of dried blueberries, and you can consume a pear or orange as part of that meal. For vegetables, it's a similar story, with focusing on broccoli, 1 cup, dark green leafy greens, like 2 cups of fresh greens, carrots, 2 medium carrots, 1 cup of sliced, chopped, fresh, cooked, or frozen carrots, even a cup of baby carrots. And you can consume an avocado to meet your vegetable needs. And for the grain groups, this is the criteria. For breads, a regular slice of bread, a small slice of French bread, 4 snack-sized slices of rye bread makes up 1 ounce equivalent of bread. Tortilla, it is the diameter of the circular tortillas, 6 inch to be exact, like 1 small flour tortilla, 6 inches in diameter, 1 corn tortilla of 6 inches in diameter, and popped popcorn is 3 cups. And here's an image of a tortilla. And this goes into a little bit more detail from that previous group. This is the same information that I explained to you in the previous slide. And large burritos should be considered 2 or 3 serving sizes. Flatbreads made with wholemeal wheat flour is the healthier option. Thickness or thinness of these kinds of grains impact the portion size, yes. I'll show you some examples later in this presentation. This is your measuring unit. And that, if that is thinner than that bread, then it is less than 1 grain, but it has to be 6 inches in diameter to also be considered. Now let's move on to the protein group. There's different types of protein with meats, like 1 ounce of lean beef, goat, ham, lamb, and pork counts as 1 ounce. Like 1 ounce of cooked organ meats also. Different bird varieties, 2 ounces cooked crisp hen, duck, goose, pheasant, and quail. 1 sandwich slice of turkey or chicken breast with these dimensions also count as 1 ounce equivalent. Beans, peas, and lentils, half cup of cooked or refined beans. And you can also consume these different seeds and nuts to meet your protein source requirement. For dairy, this is a requirement. For milk and yogurt, it's simple. 1 cup of milk equivalent, or their soy counterpart. And for cheese, I'll focus on 2 of them. 2 ounces of queso fresco and queso blanco. Cheeses count as 1 cup. And this is a soy milk. Yes, this is 1 pint. And just take half of that pint and make a cup. Did you know one of these? Because from those 4 groups, I didn't know that there were anything excluding the dairy, like fruits, vegetables, protein, and grains. I did not know that in the grain group that this was even a thing. The diameter and thickness or thinness determine grain amount. Now let's move on to the benefits of healthy eating. This is a few key takeaways. Healthy pregnancies and breastfeeding keeps skin, teeth, and eyes healthy, supports muscle, boosts immunity, strengthens bone, and helps to play a key part in healthy weight management. Let's go from healthy eating to physical activity. What are physical activity, exercise, and fitness? Physical activity is anything that makes us move and be physical activity and burn calories more than as if we were just stagnant in one place. And exercise is a more organized form of physical activity, like going for a run or taking a yoga class to do or improve our physical fitness level. Being physically fit means having the energy to do our activities throughout the day without feeling tired. These are the physical activity guidelines. 150 minutes to 300 minutes of moderate intensity aerobic physical activity, or 75 minutes to 150 minutes of vigorous intensity physical activity is recommended, and 300 minutes or more, or even 150 minutes or more is beneficial. These 300 minutes and 150 minutes on the right are for the moderate intensity aerobic physical activity and vigorous intensity physical activity, respectively. Examples of the moderate physical activity include walking, gardening, cycling, dancing. Vigorous physical activity include running, swimming laps, cycling uphill or fast, digging or hoeing in the garden. Why is it important? Immediate benefits. They include improved sleep quality, reduced anxiety, reduced blood pressure. Long-term benefits include reduce the chance of getting dementia and reducing the chances of getting 8 different cancers, which a few of them are bladder, breast, colon, esophagus, kidney, lung, and stomach. They also play a role in healthy weight management, improve bone health, just like with the eating habits, reduce the rate of falls. And why does this all matter? Why, I tell you, because I was able to reduce my weight from the 140s down to the 130s with this kind of attitude and habit. But how did I do it? But you need to have a school context because I was going from class to class with my backpack and crutches, with my school supplies in them. In turn, I was able to meet or exceed my physical activity requirements for the day. And when it comes to eating habits, this is the food categories and how much I consumed throughout the day that I needed to change. The one in green are the recommended, and the ones in the yellow are overconsumption, and the blue is underconsumption. As you can see, I underconsumed fruits and vegetables, and I consumed too much of grains, protein, and dairy. I overdid it on protein. And these are a few of the food choices I'd made before making the change. As you can see in this picture, I had pizza, cookies, Fruit Loops, banana, and milk. Most of them are all grain related, all carbohydrates. Banana is the fruit, and I overconsumed milk. I consumed a glass, way more. It should be a cup, not a glass. Similarly, this is healthier, but I could not finish the meal. So I could not do it because it was too much food to consume. And as you can see, I overconsumed a lot. And I would be somewhere need to have to save some for another meal. It is like almost 2 or 3 meals in one, which is a big no-no. And even though this is a healthier option, it's the condiments themselves that could be causing my weight gain without me even knowing. Even though this is a healthier option, I need to also look at the condiments and what ingredients they contain. And what I need to make a change? Consume more fruits and veggies, no constant snacking throughout the day, control my portion sizes, which I really needed to do, as you can see with those previous slides. Cut back on soft drinks and sweets, not eliminate them. I can consume them occasionally, but not eliminate them. And consume a cup of water to stay hydrated. And repeat this for the rest of my life. In addition to being physically active. Yes, as I can see, I did not eliminate them. I still kept them, but cut back on consuming them too much. And here from this hunger and fullness scale, I need to be at a 3 and a 7 to stay a healthy level. But 8 is okay, but after I go beyond 8, I'll feel sleepy and want to rest and take a nap, which doesn't make anything better. It just makes me waste time on a thing that I want to do or have plans for. And this healthier option is the black-eyed peas quinoa salad. As in the description states right here on the left, this is the healthier option. I was able to get my right portion size intact with one apple on the side and then a glass of milk, which I should have just consumed a cup of milk instead to not overconsume dairy. In turn, I went from 140s down to the 130s, or even to the upper 120s at best. This is the healthier range for me, based on my height of 5'2". And that is the secret to my weight loss. These are my references that I used to create this presentation. This presentation was created in Google Slides. I used Google Gemini and Google Search to generate ideas for this presentation and resources and links to include in my presentation. I used Bing Images, Google Slides, image search to create this graph, to generate the images and get the images that I needed. The same for PowerPoint, and I'm recording this in PowerPoint. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. I thank Dr. Aaron Eliason for giving me feedback on how to improve my presentation. Next, thank you for watching and see you next time on